sure that everything is catching up to itself. Let's throw some theme music on real quick. Cool music. All right. I've invited some people along our journey, talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Get this situated, get it involved. I'm gonna do the short intro for the Omega Sunspot YouTube joint. There you go. All right. We're gonna talk about relationship roles. Get your popcorn, get your favorite spot in your house. If you're out rolling in the community, you know, salute to you on that. Be safe out here. We're gonna talk this with a passion. There's some things we gotta talk about. Yes indeed, yes indeed. Okay. All right. Wrap that up. Yeah, now, welcome aboard. This is the Sun Spot where we talk about these conversations and, get things in line and, draw a perspective about what I'm gonna make a son's life. Make a son being the man, light is the plan, right? Salute to that. Yeah. I do this. Now, I had to write this down because I think it was important for me to fully grasp what the concept was. Of course, we see a lot of the relationship gaps, everything from men going their own way to women divestment movements, the travel scene versus the pickup artists, and the be your own man scene. Listen, oh man, there are a lot of different groups, different perspectives, and it wasn't like this before. It wasn't like this before. There definitely were times where, of course, there were bumps in the road. People were trying to find out, how to court again, all right? How to court, how to, basically responsibly get together and connect. But for the most part, we always had our connection levels met. We knew what to do. Then this infusion of high expectation, twisted value systems started to come into play. And in the building is Goddess Arub as we move on in our struggle streaming. Greetings. Hey.
Peace and light.
All right.
Sorry about it. Took me a while to get in here. I had to create a whole YouTube account.
Ain't that something?
Like, what's that about? So, I ain't never needed privacy like that.
Well, that's what YouTube they're starting their journey of trying to cut down on fictitious accounts, but it's going to take a long while. On that one, it's going to take a long while.
Right, I was like, what? I gotta create a whole YouTube account just to come into the stream yard?
Yeah. One thing you could do if you can, check another device in your house and see if both audios are playing. My audio, and you can actually hear you talk as well. And then,
Hey, I'm sorry, you said check my what now?
Check the audio through another device in your house, like a TV or a phone or something like that, and see if both audios are coming. Pretty.
Oh, you want me to do that now?
Yeah, we should go on top while we speak.
Okay.
I want to make sure video clips are playing. Your audio is clear because you're actually on the Facebook page, sounding crisp.
Okay.
Want to make sure it's through the YouTube page.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. The Goddess in the house, and we need that that feminine touch to these conversations as well. Man and woman coming together and speaking about these things. Without all the toxicity.
Exactly. Without all the toxic. Exactly.
But some people like the toxicity. Ain't that something? Like
Oh, they love it.
everybody.
Absolutely. That's what's so crazy, right? That's what J. Cole's song is all about. Uh, but we talked about that last time about the toxic relationships, and he has a song on his new album. Can't remember the name of it right now, but it's all about toxic relationships, and how we as people, how we talk to each other.
Okay, this is what we want to get into. I'm gonna run through like the little commentary thing and then the bullet points and see how the bullet points, sit with you real quick, real quick.
Hmm.
But how's it sounding for
It's
you?
sounding good. I can hear everything. Yep, I'm watching it on my television right now, and you can hear everything.
Okay, you can hear your lovely
Everything
self.
is coming. I can hear myself. Yes, coming through
Absolutely.
nice and
Have
clear.
mercy. Have mercy. All right, all right. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear myself.
Hmm.
Okay. A small bullet point uh, situation breaks down like this. Men and women seem to be in a cold war these days. Many state of role reversal. There are those who mention the hypergamy vibe. We'll speak about that today. Dating and pickup artists and matchmakers are gone wild. Sex as a tool of transaction and money as a lure and a gate.
Oh wow.
Where did we go off course? First bullet point. Where did we go off course? Second one. Have we priced ourselves out of genuine connection? And that's so meaty. We're just going to leave it in that too right now. Not now, but right now. Because they're juicy enough. Okay, when I say where did we go off course, there were there was a time where you can actually have a solid conversation with a person without expecting to get something from it, except a positive conversation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, in the back of our mind, we want to, you know, uh, I like to see her ugly if she want to bump her.
Well, I think that's human nature. It's just like the law of attraction. Because that's the first thing. And before you even think about some sort of, animalistic relationship with someone, you have to first be attracted to them, physically, or maybe it's something about their conversation that draws you to them. So I'm thinking that, yeah, you're always going to have that. You might have that thought in the back of your head, depending upon who you're talking to. I don't have feelings for that. I don't have feelings like that for all of my male friends. But if there's one that you're interested in and you like, okay, well, yeah, this conversation is good. He looked good. You're always going to have that in the back of your head.
Right, that's the mature way to
Right.
engage it. But of course, we know a lot of social cues have been sent out of whack,
Yes.
and we went to us from a stage of we don't even talk. We at one point we didn't really talk about what was going on in the bedroom. Even with our our homies and all this other stuff, we kind of keep it still discreet. But now it's like a open avenue about how you eat somebody backside,
Baby.
and you barely know them for 2 weeks. You're like, what's going on there? That's where the disconnect is there with when it comes to this for me. What's up?
So, so we're talking about roles in relationships, right?
Yes,
Or
indeed.
we're going to start off with this
Yeah, we're gonna
because
start off with this. Yeah.
okay, all right. So yeah, that I'm old school. I can only speak for myself. I'm old school, and I cannot even understand how you meet somebody in 10 minutes and already you're ready to have sex with them, and you all are talking about things that are so graphic and so ready to, just have sex. It's like, man, can I get to know you? I remember back in the day, people say, well, dang, can I get a drink? Something like that.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre to me that the way times have changed so much, and we can't blame it all on the internet, but the internet plays a big portion in it because social media is a huge influencer once
Well,
again,
let's get to it.
so
Let's get
yeah,
to it. I got some
social media is
images now. But
okay.
continue because it like I said, social media has um
Yes, social media has a great influence over, how people view relationships. These television programs, so-called reality television programs, hyper dating programs like Married at First Sight and, stuff like that. Those are just examples on like why are relationships on speed dial? How come it's not a normal thing anymore to try to get to know someone, to cultivate a personality, and to develop a friendship before it's time for y'all to
get
start
it done.
knocking the boot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I just threw up an image up there right now. It has a young man having the flame of passion or his heart in his hand, and the young lady is turned away to another young man that got it looks like a light, an Instagram light in his hand,
Mm.
and she's
Mm-hmm.
favoring the one with the Instagram light in his
Right.
hand, while the other
Because
guy got
everybody can see the Instagram likes. That's what it is.
whoa.
So he's not genuine. No one can see his passion for her. He can only show that to her. But because everyone can see that like will make her more popular and stuff. Forget about the genuine love or passion he may have for her. That's not going to get her famous. Everybody wants to be a movie star.
Mm, beautiful point that you made because that enters into the courting values, and that's
Hmm.
a word that doesn't come up. Courting.
Right. Well, not in America.
Well, not well,
Right.
almost almost everywhere, almost everywhere, because this is a worldwide phenomenon. There are people that are called the travelers group that feel that the modern women in the states are just they're too high on the expectations. They're too high on the hypergamy list, which hypergamy is to be taken care of,
Mm, mm,
cover the
mm,
cost. They're too high on
mm.
that. They don't respect the standards that the man does, so they fly out and to get women that way cooperate on their pay due to that courting system. And it's interesting with that. So as that value system changed so much, where people feel that seeking outside the group, it's just what it is. It is what it is. Like I don't get that. Please elaborate. But that like is international.
In my opinion, I don't see I don't see it that way. I don't see that. Well, first, let me get back. I'm sorry. Let me just stick with with my social media topic first.
Yeah, because we're talking
My
about
social
courting
media,
through social media.
right? Because yeah. So even on like some of the dating apps, like I've tried a few, and it's you have to have this like Hollywood persona in order to get people's attention on the app. Like you have to be doing all these weird things, all these kind of flips and showing booty pics and showing, all kind of stuff. And now they ask you to type up a bio and you type up the bio, so people can get to know you. But immediately the first thing they want to know is, well, how come you don't have any pics up? Now, of
They want
course,
all the
again,
pics. They want all the
yeah,
pics.
of course, again, like I said, the first attraction is the physical attraction. You want to know what the person looks like, but the face is not enough. And then you got catfishing, so that's a whole different other topic because we all out here worried that somebody's gonna say this is what they look like and it's not what they look like,
Right.
even though they're having wonderful conversation, even though they're having a good time with this person online and stuff like that. It all matters on what he or she looks like, you know. So
Yeah. All
I
comes down to that ass, what they say.
I'm
Salute to
telling you,
that.
right. And it all comes down to his pockets. You know what I'm
And
saying?
his
What can he do for
pockets.
me? Yeah,
Right.
and his pockets. So, women, we're not in this thing alone.
So the courting value system becomes a transactional one where
Right.
the person would show they'll take 15 20 different shots just to find that one to make their profile. That's on the female
Exactly.
side. Then the
Right.
male side, it can go either way. It could be I'm super professional about my business, and it's like, almost like straight edge, but that's the illusion, you know, looking
Mm.
like they have something when they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Still
there's the
living in his mama's
opposite
basement.
side, there you go there.
I'm just, and that's just an example. I'm just saying. We so busy trying to fool one another into fake love when let's just,
Right.
you know, it's
And
not.
just get
It's
that.
just not. It's not genuine anymore. It's like like you said, where did we go wrong? What happened? And I really believe that social media and these so-called reality television shows have definitely hyper. Uh, they over hypersexualize,
Hypersexualized. Right.
hyper everything is like on speed dial. We have to do this now. We gotta be married. We gotta be balling. We gotta be this. We gotta be that. I just, I don't get it.
Kanye said a while ago, Instagram got your bed.
He said what now?
Instagram got your bed.
Mm,
Instagram got
mm-hmm.
your chick. And
Yep.
in a way, he was kind of right. But Instagram also has the dudes too. Instagram got
Oh,
that,
absolutely. Instagram definitely got your man, sis.
and like you
Instagram
said,
definitely
the
has your man.
the the pursuit to get fame, to get all eyes on me. This I'm the center of attention. It throws off the social cues you can find from somebody else that may be sincere in
Why do you think?
the pursuit.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Go ahead. I
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah, they may be sincere, and this because there's more people on there that just want a regular, sane,
Right.
value relationship, but they'll
Exactly.
get thrown in those corners and pushed to the side
Yeah.
for the squeaky wheels out there. I'm trying to be
Exactly.
respectful. I'm trying, Lord knows, I'm trying to be respectful. But that light,
But this is why, yeah, this is why those as soon as a person gets into a relationship, the first thing they want to do is post Bay. You know,
talk
they
about
ready
it.
to throw Bay up there. Barely know them, been dating them for maybe 2 or 3 months, and all ready to put your Facebook status on in a relationship. Like you don't even know this cat. Like
Mm,
you haven't even vetted him yet. You know nothing about him. All you know is what you think you know, what he wants you to know on social media.
on social media, right? And it may
Hasn't
be just be giving you the 3 month representative.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know. Like these chicks be out here, and I've witnessed this. They don't even know these men. They haven't met them yet. Haven't laid eyes on them. You video chatted with them a few times and stuff, and you seen him wear the nice crispy white shirt and stuff. No, I'm at work. And when he's sitting in the house in his drawers, but you already got him posted, in a
Already,
relationship. Yeah.
or you just put the picture of the food up. He took you to PF Chang's.
Right. Right.
You don't get to see
Exactly.
his
He took
face,
me
but you
to
got
a
to see your
gourmet
meal.
meal. Right. He take you to PF Chang's and you say that's a gourmet meal. Like,
Yeah.
girl, bye. Or guy, bye. I don't know, because the same thing goes for men too.
And right now we moseying on. We're letting you know
Yeah.
what the setup is like, because you know they become artificial relationships when they do start to gain some traction, right?
Yeah.
And it's not all. Let's get that all the way clear. It's not
Right.
all. You will find
Absolutely.
some pockets of love, and you also will find some people that like to fight, and then, but it's the reality of what it is. What we're looking for is those happy endings of families. Cause I did put this up, and I wanted to make a whole poster of it and put it on a billboard, but the billboard cost too much.
Mm.
Families make generational wealth. Families make generational wealth. And on my Umar voice, with the third time, families make generational wealth. You can't have families with two people being individual.
Mm. Mm. That's deep. Right. How can we be one if we separate?
That's right. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
this is
That's
the
right.
conundrum that we're in because you'll have the woman that is the forever engager. She's engaged forever.
Mm.
And the guy just like every year, this is gonna be it. It's gonna be the one. And it's never the year. Then all of a sudden, uh, the next um the next relationship comes by, like, I was engaged, but
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
wasn't my type.
Right. But you already put him up on social media. You haven't vetted him or anything yet.
Already.
Everything is all superficial. Y'all posting pictures of fake rings. Y'all taking pictures with rings and stuff. And the jeweler, he hasn't even put a deposit on the ring. But
Mm.
you already throwing that finger out there, taking pictures of it.
He's ring back.
There you go. Ring
Ring
back.
back. But why should it be for social media? That goes into the connections that we make.
Exactly.
Let me see. The connections. Put that in there. Damn. Yeah, connections. Where people nowadays are, they'll have the uber independent woman that may want
Mm,
the chivalry, right? And the
hmm
guy may want to offer it to her, but because it may look lame or sucker stuff,
Right.
and I'm an alpha male, you get the door for me, all that stuff. People at a standstill. You know what I'm saying? Do I give her that much of me to let her know that I am a gentleman and not don't push over? Is she gonna put me in beta male status? And none of that all that alpha beta
Mm,
label stuff. That's crap. Look, you either a man or
right.
you're not.
Absolutely. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And with the women, they got to be able to respect that, understand that. You know, every person that are doing something for you is not to be played like that.
Mm.
Especially if you got a son, don't do that in front of him.
Let me tell you, I have a 19-year-old son, and my son said to me, because I asked him, because he occasionally he dates and stuff, and things, and he said to me, I said, well, son, why don't you, you know, you know, flowers and what? Nah, I don't want her to think I don't want her to think I'm a simp.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm, dang.
Yeah. Now he's a Generation Zer now, but
Yeah,
that's not like our generation. But yeah, he's a Generation Z. But that's where it's coming to. It's a pimp mentality. Like what? Like
that's
so you
another
can't give
thing.
her some flowers?
Yeah, yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's that dichotomy of you know being a pimp and being a simp and that stuff. Like,
Right.
you know, then there's it ain't tricking if you got it. Come on,
Yep.
man. You're either gonna give
Yeah.
from your heart or you're not gonna give at all.
Yeah. It
Because
has to be a girl that he really, really, really likes. Like he's really into her. And if he's really
ah,
into her, then he'll spring. But if it's just somebody who he's like, like he feel like, oh, I'm just getting to know her. It ain't gonna be none of that courting. It ain't gonna be none of that, uh,
just
friendly
chicken
stuff. It's just
and
gonna be straight. Yeah, yeah. And if she want to smash, then it's like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Like what?
yeah.
So yeah,
Eggplant thing going on.
yeah, exactly. Eggplanting. Okay, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, we wild over here. We wild. It's necessary because chivalry is also a transaction for people that have an agenda. You know, and for every young man that should know, you walk on the outside near the curb, and your young lady that you're courting or even talking to. See, it's not just it's manners and principles. It's not just a thing of you doing it just for her. You doing it to show the world that these values exist. Opening the door, boom. Don't lay your jacket on the floor for no puddle. Nobody. I'm sorry. That's taking it
But
too
see,
far.
again, that's just a matter of your opinion.
Yeah.
You see,
But then
not
help. You at least help her across the puddle, or go around it. That's what you
what you
do.
mean help.
Like you guide her with
I'm,
the hand, make sure she doesn't
oh,
fall.
but
You
again,
pick her
that's
up,
still
you
a
pick
matter
her
of
up.
opinion.
Yeah.
Right. There are some guys who will do that. Some guys who are still that chivalrous, where they'll actually take their jacket off and lay it down on the ground. To I've seen it done. And I'm like, wow, okay. He really took his jacket off or his shirt off and laid it across the puddle for her to step across because he didn't want her to jump or gallop like a horse. He wanted her to walk graceful and still be like a lady.
Yeah, you better than me. You
There
better
you
than me.
go. That's what I say. But it all depends on who you are. Now, not every woman wants that level of chivalry,
That's
but it all depends on how you raised too.
that's
It
true.
all depends on how her daddy treats her.
Right, because we talk about traditional values, and the whole bullet point of this is where do we go off, and it's because a lot of
Right.
those traditional values, at whatever degree, that they start
Hmm.
getting out of play, and then
Right.
once it stops being in the vocabulary and being in the mannerisms,
Hmm.
it turns into this chaotic, toxic thing, with
Right.
issues unaddressed,
Hmm.
just in that little bit of courting and mating right there. Those mating values. Because remember, we're talking about relationship roles. In order to get
Right.
to the ship, you got to go, walk the journey to the boat.
Right.
That's amazing. And, you mentioned something what her father or other men in the family has taught her.
Hmm. And we just not gonna focus on women. It's what the father, what
Right.
he taught his son too. You know,
Exactly. Oh, let's
And
go.
what did the mother, how did she treat her son? How did she behave around her son? Because if the mother sees that, if the son sees that his mother acting like a trick, cheating on daddy and all this other stuff like that, then he's prone to that behavior. If the daughter sees that her father is no good to the mother, she's like, well, this is just the way men are, because the mama could say, hey, this is just the way men are.
Right. And you have to see value in a man if the man is valuable.
Exactly. And if she don't see any value in him, she's gonna pass that same value down to her daughter.
Kick Roscoe to the
That
curb.
That's it. All niggas, that excuse my French, but niggas ain't shit.
That ain't French,
Here it
first of
come.
all.
Well, okay, I'm sorry.
Talk your
Excuse my
talk.
English. Excuse my English. But yep, that's it. Now we getting down to the, N words ain't ish and he stay cheating on me and then here comes the toxicity, and now you passing that on from generation to generation.
Here's another thing for that. Let me put a little seasoning on that plate you served. Shame and decency are values
Mm,
that should be carried on from courting into the relationship. Do you agree?
mm. Shame and decency
Shame and
are
decency
values.
that should be carried into the relationship. So
Absolutely.
if I met you as an Instagram model with the tail on the sink,
With your back perched up. Right,
you dig
exactly.
it? Yeah. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
my value system for you, I may got a bad chick, but do I have a good woman?
Mm.
And
But again,
for sisters, for the sisters, you
hmm
may get that intelligent thug that know how to dress one time. He's with his boys in the circle shot, for the
mm.
gram. But you don't know he's doing PPP loans.
And on his way to jail.
On his way to the hooscow.
That's right. Biden know how to throw black men in jail.
And don't bother asking, but we'll take what he's willing to give you, fly
Mm.
you out and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, just off that meeting ground, already it's already better. It's already fly.
Mm.
Talk about
Not sure if I have an opinion on that just yet. Let's come back to that.
it. Okay,
I'm
all
not
right,
sure.
I
Yeah,
get you.
how can, yeah.
So I do have a couple of videos lined up. One of them is from this a celebrity matchmaker builder person. Celebrity relationship person by the name of Spirit. This is maybe about 6 years back,
Okay.
maybe a bit more. I don't know. She was on the Mel Robbins show, and she would
Okay.
talk. She was talking about compatibility. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
it goes further into meeting a person's needs and accepting a person's wants,
Mm.
but not compromising your own. We're going to listen to
Mm.
her break it down a little bit, and then we'll elaborate on what she was talking about. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Let's get to it.
What does
Foodie.
that word even mean?
Yeah, well, compatibility is all about the way that we fit, right? And sometimes we are not compatible at all, and we can recognize that right away. Sometimes one of us is compatible with the other person, and while
No.
the other person is not compatible at all. I call that one-way compatibility.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
hold on a second. One-way compatibility.
Yeah, so one-way compatibility.
Let me see. Maybe I need to turn my audio up. No, I'm on next.
But I show my clients
Oh,
to illustrate this really easily, and I brought a graphic for you to see this today. It's kind of like the circle and the
nothing.
square, right?
Okay.
Imagine that you're the square and
Wow.
I'm the circle.
Mm. And that's the problem. What do I that complete part? Like you shouldn't. You should already be complete. Uh, right. You should be ready to receive a relationship. Like okay, with the hole in the peg thing. So the square peg can fit in the round hole, but there's always going to be space around it. The round peg could probably fit in the square hole, but there's always going to be some space about it. Now, no relationship is going to be perfect, but you all should fit. And it shouldn't be where I'm trying to fill these holes on the side to make you feel complete. You should already come with your round peg and your round hole. And when you come with your square peg and your square hole, together we make we make the puzzle complete.
Okay.
I fit into you. And
Yep.
so you're able to touch all of my
So what does it mean to be compatible?